Hey y'all, it's your homegirl Ronnika, and welcome back for another episode of the Please Do Tell podcast. Yay! We're always excited to be with my homies. One more time, one more time. If you have a church background, you probably understood that. If not, we need to talk, okay? We need to talk. All right, so we are in the middle of Love Week. Yesterday was Valentine's Day. I'm actually recording on February 15th. On February 13th, I had dinner with two out of the four, well, I'm a fourth heartbeat, but two of the heartbeats. And on Galentine's Day, I'm like, is that really a thing? If not, it should be, but I really feel like it is. But more importantly, I want to talk about just saying yes to you and no to a lot of other things. So I'm going to be breaking down what I'm going to be saying no to as an act of self-love, because we also know this is a love month and love week, but I really wanted to focus on why I am saying yes to me and no to, you may feel like I'm saying no to you, but I'm really saying yes to me. My friends and I, we went to a local restaurant and we had dinner. I picked up Chantel. If you all don't know the heartbeats, you might want to go and check out on my Linktree the Heartbeat Story Time, which is an hour long of us just having a good old girlfriend time. So I picked up Chantel from her mom's house. Fun fact, Chantel was standing outside like it was the bus stop, like this, waiting for me to pick her up. So I pick up Chantel and we head to the restaurant and we're sitting down and we're waiting for Demita to meet us there. And gosh, when Demita walked in and sat down, she felt if it almost like the weight of the world was just like on her shoulders. She just plopped down like, whew, I needed this today. And we pretty much said we needed this too. So Chantel actually drove in hour and a half, 2 hours one way to have dinner with us since Demita was already in town for work. And we literally shut that restaurant down. We were the last ones to leave. I'm sure the wait staff was like, are they going to leave anytime soon? We sat in a corner booth and we talked a little bit about work, a little bit about mental health, but more than anything, we were laughing uncontrollably in that booth. And the one thing that I took away from that was that Chantel said, we have to do this more. Like, we have to be intentional about meeting up, even if it's once a month, just having dinner and just having girlfriend time, just that time. Like, girl, let me tell you what's going on in my life right now. Even though we talk every day on Marco Polo or just in our group text message, it's checking in and laying eyes on that friend and saying like, girl, I just needed a hug from you today. That's all I needed. And we may have walked into that restaurant overwhelmed, feeling broken, but we walked out so much stronger because we have each other and we had that moment of just like, girl, just exhale. And if you don't know, one of my favorite movies is Waiting to Exhale. So if you ever walk up to me and give me that reference, I'm going to get it. Okay. All right. So that's just a little bit about what happened this week, that reflection of saying like, yes to going out with those friends. Yes to even Monday. I'm going to go back to Monday. Monday was very rough. Monday, I cried uncontrollably to my mom. I just told her, I said, it's a lot going on. Just feeling the weight of returning to actually listening to what the Lord is telling me. Because sometimes, you can walk away or you think that your plan is better than God's. And you're like, okay, well, I think I got it figured out. Boy, is that a joke on you? Because it's like, no, you don't. And I need you to return back to me for all the steps. So that's what I've been really doing, is returning back to God and just like, hey, just please, I'm listening. Order my steps, please. I spent Monday not wanting to go and be around anyone. A lot of things that I had been holding back from telling a lot of people, or especially like things that I should be able to just openly tell my mom. I did that on Monday. And for a lot of you that deal with just stress, or you have moments of anxiety and depression, I hadn't been sleeping. I think I told you this too, that I hadn't been sleeping even in January. And then even the previous week, hadn't been sleeping. Like, my sleep score was poor, and I was getting anywhere between 2 and 5 hours of sleep a night. And I'm not saying restful sleep. Finally, when I sat down and told my mom, like, hey, this is rough, like doing your own thing, and her being a former business owner as well, she said, I can identify with all this. Like, you feel like you're working around the clock and you don't have any breaks, and you're like, where is this coming from? Or for myself, when my doctor's bill came in, I'm like, Lord have mercy, a COVID test now is $300. Like, I just was, what? Before insurance is $300? And it was her saying to me, God has already given you what you need to do. You just have to do it. She said, you wanted to hold back of doing the launch of Retracing Their Steps because you're saying, I don't have all the photos and I don't have this lined up. And I know the stories because it's my story. But I didn't have the photos that I wanted, or I didn't get a chance to retrace their steps to different parts of the country just yet, because I'm trying to be more frugal, or I'm gonna just say frugal. I had to be more frugal with my money. Like, if I can't go this round, I'm not able to go. And she said, that's okay. And I went through the pictures that were taken by a professional photographer, and I realized it wasn't enough. So really taking a step back, that where are the locations, what are the stories you're trying to tell, and take them yourself. You know what looks good? I set up my tripod at these different places, and I just took the photos. Like, even Saturday after a meeting, I stopped by Stark's, and there was clearly a funeral going on, but I walked in confidently, like, hey, you're a part of my Retracing Their Steps story. Am I able to take a photo here? And the beautiful thing about that is, when I started the project, the Final 48 project, I talk about my last 48 hours with my father. And I walked into Stark's on Saturday afternoon, and I asked the gentleman, I said, hey, I want to take these photos. Is it okay? They said, oh, yeah, sure, that's fine. Because, if you think about it, it's free publicity, free marketing. Just think about it. It's just free marketing. And so I went and took the photos, and then I went back into the funeral home, and a gentleman walks out, and I said, wait a minute. Jason, right? And I said, wait, you were the one that took us to my dad's burial site, which is in Augusta, Michigan. And he said, I remember that was about he said it was a little over 10 years ago. I said, yes, it'll be the anniversary of my dad's passing is on that. Well, it was Tuesday. So the 13th. I said, yes, it's on Tuesday. He said, I remember it well. It was a blizzard. And just those small details of someone remembering something that has impacted you for the last 10, 11 years of your life, is him coming out saying, like, oh yeah, I definitely remember that day. And I know he does hundreds of funerals a year. Probably, I don't know if it's 1,000, but definitely hundreds of funerals a year. And we're talking about 11 years ago, and he remembered that day. After that encounter and really reflecting on the last 48 hours with my dad And as I'm continuing telling these stories of my family history through retracing their steps, I fell in love with why I do this work all over again. There's so many people that have been engaging with the stories, and I just think that I almost didn't launch because I felt like I wasn't ready. And how many times have I waited and said, oh, I got to wait for perfection to arrive, or I got to make sure that a professional photographer or videographer does everything. And maybe I'm not in the space right now to do that. So I have to do it myself. Like I've taken camera classes before. I know how to position the camera or the tripod, or just get out there and just take a photo, because really the people are hooked by the story, and the story which is mine, which is authentic. So these are the many reasons why I'm going to say, or why I'm choosing to say no to other things that have come across my table. And I don't want people to feel like, oh, well, now, because it's been so many times that I've said yes and I've neglected what I need to be doing. Like God will quickly remind me, no, why are you doing that? Or he'll send someone to tell me, oh, no, you're not supposed to be doing that. Is that what God really told you to be doing? Is it? It's been so many times that I was like, okay, well, I need to move now, or I need to relocate. I need to find a job that does this. I need to find a job that does that. And it's like, oh no, does that fall in line with what God has for you, the path that he has for you? So here are the things that I'm saying no to, which is yes to myself. Even on the right here. I have to say no to everyone that asks me to do something for themselves that it involves me neglecting time for myself. And that might look like you may text me, you may call me, and you may say, unless I can do it right away, if it's research based, like you want me to stop and do something for you that's within your job title, not mine, I'm going to have to say no to it. Before I would say, oh, hey, can you connect me with such and such? I would, oh yeah, I'm going to connect you. And then I'm actually sending the email and all that. No. Even the last few weeks, I've had quite a few people say, you connected me with such and such, and they didn't follow through. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do now, moving forward. I'm going to give people a name, and I'm going to say, I'm going to need for you to reach out to that person. Not me, you. I'm going to need for you to make that connection. And it even sounds weird for me to even say this, because I've operated in this space for so long of saving everybody. I am not Jesus. I have to really think about it. Like, I'm not Jesus. I'm not. Faith without works is dead. I'm going to need for more people that reach out to me, because when I tell you that phone 1 week was buzzing every day, I'm going to need for people to show up for themselves, and I can't always show up for you because I have to start saying yes to myself. Another thing is a mini story that I even thought about on my way over. I can remember being home, and my dad was on the porch with my cousin Tanya, and I got a Facebook message, and it was somebody, I don't know if they were from high school, someone that I knew, somebody that I was friends with, and they asked if I can donate $5,000 to something they were trying to work towards. I remember reading this message aloud, and my dad yells from the porch, excuse this, but who the hell asked you that? And I'm like, why is he listening to me read aloud? Like, I want to say, I wasn't talking to you, but I said, it's just someone that I know from growing up. Why would they ask you for money? I said the same reason why people ask you for money. Like they just feel like you have it. You had a really nice job. You're retired. And they feel like all you're doing is donating now. He's like, no, 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 no. Why are they asking you for money? What are you putting on social media that make people think that you got money? And I thought, like, have I put anything out on social media to make people think I have money? Because I keep asking him for money, so clearly I'm broke. So what am I putting out there? Like, really think about that. What are you putting out there that people are like, oh yeah, they got it? So even fast forward to today, I even have friends and stuff. Even when I had COVID, I had one friend, and I should call his name out because we always ready to tussle one another. And he said, well, I didn't even know you were sick because you were in Philly, you were in New York. And I'm sure you've heard me say this before. I think I said on the last episode, it's called content, y'all. Most of those photos and videos are old. It's old. Now, have I aged? No. So you probably think it is, from last week. But they're old. But it also made me think like, wow, people are really watching what I'm doing and where I'm going. So let me tell you this. Every dime that has come in within the last couple years has gone towards retracing their steps. Every dime, even down to my hats, because it's very intentional why I wear my hats. Like, that's a part of my brand. I've been wearing hats since I was a baby. That's just what I do. My nail polish is either donated. I went and bought them on, because you do know that you can get like nail polish and stuff from like the TJ Maxx and the Marshalls for like the low. That's just free game right there, okay? Free game. Because I'm investing in myself in order to help somebody else. So I have to say yes to retracing their steps. I have to say yes to Journey of Many Souls. I have to say yes to rebranding and putting everything under Story Salon. I have to say yes to coming into the studio and recording this podcast that will hopefully help someone else. So I have to say no when people are asking me, hey, my light bill is behind. Do you think you can help me? Because right now, I don't have it. And that's probably, I don't think I've ever said that. I don't think I've ever been able to say no. Now, my friends are really good at it. Even my mom is really good. My sister's really good at it too. Like, no, I don't have it. I pay my tithes. I pay my offering. Like, I don't have the extra income for doing that. Like, I don't have it. So not that I'm acting funny, like I haven't won the lottery or anything, and the Lord has blessed me with some really amazing people in my life that have poured into me. And as I'm trying to pour into others with sharing my stories, I am stretched too thin. And now I'm bringing it back. So I'm saying no to a lot of other things. A lot of other people's emergencies are not my own. Because I have been broken for so long that I said, Lord, this time, please put me back together. Put me back together. And make me an awesome steward of my money. And again, no, I don't have it. No, I don't have it. I am saying no also to when people ask me out for happy hour. I I used to be the first one, especially when I was working. What? Let's go. Let's go get wings. Let's go wings and drinks. Or even you're inviting me out to dinner or lunch to vent about your job. Especially one that I've been delivered from. I'm not the one to talk to. I've seen what that's done and how that's manifested in other areas that were unhealthy for me. That now I'm choosing to say no to those dates. And no is a complete statement. Like, it's just, I don't have to say anything else. No. Well, when are you free? I'm not. Not for that conversation. I'm not. Because I know that I operate at an energy level of 4, so I'm very compassionate. I'm always trying to fix things. I'm only open to those conversations where it's like it's solution based. That's it. Like if you're coming to tell me, okay, this is the problem, what are the solutions? Do you need help finding a solution? Because when it comes to we just want to bash, it's like, no. One of my closest friends, oldest friends, dearest friends, you've heard me talk about Jeffrey before. Jeffrey was let go from a job before I was. We were working in the same place. And one day he called me and said, it is so unfair for me to talk about how they did me. And I've been delivered from it and you haven't. He said, I had to sit back and think how selfish that was. And now that I'm on the other side of healing from or attempting to heal from back-to-back positions that could have put me in an early grave, I'm choosing not to talk about, I'm choosing to let go. My mother said to me this week, she said, they are going on about their business. They are sending more emails to other people, and you're dwelling on how they did you. Let God handle it. So I'm just here to tell you, let God handle it, not me. Not me, child. Not me. I'm not the one to handle it. You better find you some faith. You better pray. You better get to working. You better write it down. Make that plan. Make it plain. But I'm saying yes to me and no to vent sessions. Because if we don't have no plan in place, child, I don't have the space for it right now in my life. So that's just a couple things that I'm saying. I'm choosing to say no to, especially in this season. In this season, I am, what did Issa Rae say? It's feeling like a me season. It is. It's feeling like a me season. It's feeling like everything that I've been praying to God for is coming to pass. So if I have to have that tunnel vision of, okay, God has me on this path. This is a distraction. This is a distraction. If I feel like it's a distraction, nope. No. And the people that are closest to me know. They know that too. They know, like, okay, if Ronika's in work mode on her phone, don't keep calling back to back. We know she busy. She's busy. And that's also for me putting a boundary in place that, yeah, I don't have time to talk about that right now. So with this love week and me just loving on myself and processing the 11th year of my dad's transition and being clearly at the halfway point of retracing their steps. I'm choosing to love on the projects that are bringing me joy and that are really touching so many people. I'm really loving the shares, the engagement, the conversations, the messages. I'm so grateful that you all are identifying with these stories and actually also identifying with the places. You're sharing memories with me about these places that have been popping up. And I just want us to just keep sharing. Keep sharing, keep sharing the love, keep sharing the stories, and but more importantly, loving ourselves. So you all, I'm going to wrap up this episode of the Please Do Tell podcast. And what are some things, just think about it, what are some things that you need to say no to in order to say yes to yourself? Because that is a form of self-love. And I will see you next time. All right. This is your homegirl Ronnika with the Please Do Tell podcast. See ya.